Hello, my wildlings, and welcome back to the Widowed Turnabout. In the last episode, I forgot that I was on a case, and I accidentally went backwards and had to come all the way back forwards again, and then skip too far ahead and then had to go back again, because I'm an idiot. And in this episode, I'm guessing we're going to go meet our what was the word? Defendant, that's the one. Danny Incent. I bet he smells nice. Incent. Sorry. Ugh, tell me about it. Oh yes, sorry. In the last episode, Athena had asked why we don't just get normal larceny cases, which you might have read, but just in case. But, as I was saying, from what I know, my client was accused of killing a woman, a neighbour or something. Oh, that's terrible. Well, I met the guy briefly last night. He didn't seem to be lying when he claimed to be innocent. Although that could just be when he told me his name. Drat, he has a loophole. How long do you have until the trial? Apparently, he had trouble finding a lawyer who would take his case. They all think he did it. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, well, I only have today to investigate the scene. The trial is tomorrow. You're really sticking us on a tight time limit there, Apollo. But nothing we can't handle. Well, at least she's as enthusiastic as ever. But what about the prosecution? Do you know who it's going to be? Yeah, about that. Oh, God. I know who it's going to be. It's Clavier. Clavier. I don't know how it's supposed to actually pronounce, so I'm going to go with Clavier, because it sounds a bit like caviar. And I apologise in advance for when I attempt to do any kind of voice for this character. Oh, Prosecutor Gavin. Well, we could certainly have worse. Yeah, I'm done having Prosecutor Blackwell attack me with Taka. Or the sword. That time he had the sword was unpleasant too. Blackwell, along with Prosecutor Edgeworth, prosecuted the last case I was involved in. It's been 2 weeks since the Phantom was caught. Seems like an eternity. Anyway, you coming, Athena? No, I'll catch up. Pardon me, sorry, I just had a McDonald's. I'm a little gassy. That's fine. I'll catch up once the boss gets back. All right then, I'll go talk to my client. The job of a lawyer is never done. Still, beats cleaning the toilet, though. En avant, Apollo. En avant. I don't know what that means. Probably let's go? I'm guessing? There's no point to ask what now. Let's have a quick examine of the room, see if there's anything interesting. The old spaghetti. It may look real, but it's really made out of plastic. Yes. All of these little magic tricks and such. No step ladders, though. Nothing of note here? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it there, because those things always make for more editing for me, and I've only got so much time on my hands. Back into the busy period of work, where I'm working most days. But I've got some time off now, so I'm making use of it. And I'm making use of it by going to the detention centre. Detention Centre, January 4th, 11:53 a.m. Yeah, it feels weird being in this detention centre. I was expecting the one from Zootopia. So my client is one Danny Incent. He's been accused of killing a woman by the name of Bonnie Loveless. Oh, Bonnie. Oh God, she just appeared in my profile, so I'm looking at it now. Bonnie Loveless, age deceased, not even single. Or happily married, just deceased. I suppose that's all we are after we die, just a dead body. No need for age or relationship status because we're fucking dead. That's really depressing, and I apologise. I'm sure there are always people who love us even after we're gone. And I hope you have someone like that too. Anyway, moving on before this gets a little too dour. The victim, shot dead in her own home, was 23 years of age. Oh, she's only like a year older than me. Poor woman. Last night he professed his innocence to me. I thought it was going to say love to me, and I was going to be like, what? And I believe him. Still, I don't know much about how the crime actually occurred. So that's where I'll start questioning my client. The moment the guards bring him in, anyway. Oh, here he is. Oh, he's kind of cute. Oh, Mr. Justice. Mr. Justice, you came back. Well, I am your lawyer. I wasn't sure whether you'd accept my case after a night to sleep on it. I'm afraid I'm not going anywhere, Mr. Incent. I'm now just beginning my investigation, though tomorrow's trial leaves me with little time. And right now, I don't really know what happened a few days ago. You mean about the murder, right? What else would I be talking about? Well, if that's what you want to know about, you can ask me whatever you want. I didn't do it, but I have been told how Miss Lovelace was apparently killed. Well, that's a start. Yeah, I heard about it during questioning. They were trying really hard to make me confess, but I have nothing to confess to. Don't worry, Mr. Innocent, I know. All you have to do is answer my questions about the incident. Then I will ensure the correct verdict in court tomorrow. Thanks for everything, Mr. Justice. I'll answer everything. Good to know. All right. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Incent. So, tell me a little more about yourself. About me? Oh, what do you want to know? Whatever comes to mind. Let me see. I'm in my 20s, and I recently got a job at this big IT company. And I recently had a McDonald's, so I seem to be a little gassy and hiccupy. Sorry. IT? Or it? Where do you work for the clown? Oh, God. You mean you work with computers and stuff? Well, that's one way of putting it. I've been working there for about a month now. And the apartment I live in, I've been there for about half a year. So about 6 months? Yes, that's what half a year means. Yeah, that's right. Obviously. I mean, what else would half a year mean? I don't know, depends on how long the years are where you are. I hear time is different in different countries. That's not how it works. I'm pretty sure it is. I hope I can return to them both. Don't worry, Mr. Incent, you will. Was that all you wanted to know? Well, one more thing. Well, what's with the hair? Doesn't it get annoying covering your eyes like that? Yeah, I got a haircut today, like literally today. And, it's nice being able to actually see again. Oh, says the guy with demon horns for hair. Yeah, to be fair, everyone in this game has really weird but awesome hair. Why do people always think that? If he starts slapping warding charms on my head, I'm done. Oh, but it doesn't bother me, I like it this way. Besides, I have a reason to keep it like this. A reason, huh? I wonder what that is. Well, do I not get to ask him? I guess it's going to come up in the case later. So what can you tell me about the murder? Oh, well, apparently they found the murder weapon. She was shot, from what I heard. Shot? Do you know where from? Apparently from my apartment window. Apartment window? How does that work? We lived in apartment buildings directly opposite one another. Likewise, our windows also had a direct line of sight. Oh, well, that's good to know. A direct line of sight? Oh, the hair's going to come up because they're going to be like, oh, he aimed down the gun, but he's right-handed, but he can't have... And I'm going to be like, but he can't have shot with his right hand, because then he'd be looking through the sights with his right eye, and then he can't because of this hair. And they're going to be like, but he could just move it out the way, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah. Never mind. Unless he keeps his hair like that because he only has one eye, and that means he definitely couldn't have done it. Haha! I see what's happening now. I can see the future. Didn't you know all lawyers have time travel powers? Phoenix Wright's been teaching me all about it. Just click my heels 3 times, spin around in a circle, and then say zip zap bobbity boop, and then hit the last save you made, and then you go back to that point, and everything's fine. Yeah, I could see the victim's place from my window. If the curtains were open, I could sometimes see them moving about inside and changing and getting under... No, stop it. No, you're incensed. You're really nice, and you wouldn't do that. And so they claim you took a gun and shot at Miss Lovelace from across the street. Oh, pretty much. With just a pistol, of all things. A pistol? From that distance? Well, that seems fishy to me. Especially since my client is probably not trained in firearms. I mean, that's a bit of an assumption. You should probably ask first. Have you had any experience with firearms? Thank you, Apollo. Good. I'm glad you're taking my advice. Well, guns are illegal here. I've never touched one. Yeah, me too. Well, guns are illegal here, but I have touched an air rifle. Does that count? No, probably not. Fair enough. I see. So that's what they think happened. I suppose I'll have to contest that point in court tomorrow. Why do they think you did it anyway? In terms of motive, I mean. Did you know the victim? Did I know Miss Lovelace? I mean, I knew she and her husband lived across the street from me. But to tell... Oh, his eye. His eye is different. Is he blind in that eye? Maybe. Or maybe it's just heterochromia, which looks really cool. To be honest, I love heterochromia. To be fair, his eyes look pretty cool anyway. But to tell you the truth, I never knew Miss Lovelace personally. I suppose it should be Mrs. Lovelace? And my bracelet, it's tightening around my wrist. I'm getting fat again. So, Mr. Incent isn't being truthful with me. If I want to use my bracelet, I better present it to him. Then we'll dig the truth out of him. Okay, for those of you who don't know the Ace Attorney series, Apollo, similarly to Mr. Wright's Magatama, could tell when someone was telling the truth or not because he would feel his bracelet tightening around his wrist. It was something to do with he has this ability to see the minute changes in someone when they're lying, like a bead of sweat or something, or whatever. But he can only notice it when he's focusing on it, and the bracelet, essentially... when he sees that, his heart rate goes up or something, and it makes the bracelet feel like it's tightened around him, so he knows there's something he has to focus on or something. It's like spider sense or whatever, similar to Phoenix's Magatama, although not powered by magic spirits or whatever. But anyway, with that out of the way, I suppose I will have to head to the crime scene in the next video. I'll see you all then. Goodbye, good night, and good luck.